This is The Top, where I interview entrepreneurs who are number one or number two in their industry in terms of revenue or customer base. You'll learn how much revenue they're making, what their marketing funnel looks like, and how many customers they have.
I'm now at $20,000 per talk.
5 and 6 million.
He is hell-bent on global domination. We just broke our 100,000 unit sold mark.
And I'm your host, Nathan Latka.
This is episode 678. Coming up tomorrow morning, we're going to hear from Rob Emrich. His company is called Mobile Majority, which just raised $25 million and acquired Qualcomm's gimbal to lead mobile ad attribution using beacons. We'll walk through that more tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. My guest this morning is Alessandro BG. He's the CEO at Zooppa, the first open source creative agency. Now, previously, he was CEO and founder of a company called 20 Lines, an app to share and read short stories that was acquired by HarperCollins publisher in January 2016. He's also worked for JP Morgan Boston Consulting Group and as an adjunct professor in Venice. Alessandro, are you ready to take us to the top?
Oh, yes, I am.
All right, good. So tell us what Zooppa does and what your business model is. How do you make money?
Sure. So as you mentioned, actually, Zooppa is a sort of an unusual creative agency because basically instead of having our own internal creative department, we rely on technology to engage with a network of about 400,000 creators all around the world. So depending on the different project that the client might have, which can be like producing videos or coming up with a strategy for social media and so on and so forth, we sort of work together to define what's the brief, and then we send this brief out to our communities to make sure that they will be able to then create the content that is accurate for the project itself.
So is this, would you call this kind of a marketplace model? You're connecting creatives to the businesses that need the creative work done?
Yes, that's correct. Somehow we have 3 different types of models that we use for creating content. One is more of an open model in which we sort of set out a brief and a contest for anyone to participate and submit their own creativity. Another one is what we call the private VIP contest, where we only involve sort of the top producers in our platform to participate and potentially win the budget for the production. And another one is what you said, which is directly the matching sort of marketplace between the brand and the creative that can realize then the project.
So give me a sense of like an average project that goes through your system. In terms of dollars, what's the average size?
Well, they can go anywhere. So they also depend on the different type of creation models that we use. When it's about open model, we usually can go anywhere from, let's say, 40K to 150 or more. When it's more direct production, it can start as low as 10K, and then of course grow up as a project becomes more complex.
Okay. If you did though have to take an average, would you say the average would maybe be about 40K?
Yeah, something like that, between 30 and 40K, yeah.
Okay, and what year did you launch the company in?
So the company actually was born about 10 years ago, and it was born in Italy, and then it grew up, and we currently have offices in Seattle, it's the headquarters for US, New York, where I currently am, and then Venice, Milan, and London. Now,
you look like a young guy, but you've sold a company to HarperCollins, and you launched this in 2007. Were you doing this company while you were also building that company that sold to HarperCollins?
No. I'm not the founder of Zooppa. I joined about 18 months ago after I sold my previous company. And long story short is that the investor of Zooppa are the same investor that were in my company in 20 Lines before. And so after I sold it, they asked me if I wanted to join the company.
So what's your role at Zooppa?
I'm the CEO of the company.
Okay, so did the founder leave? I mean, was it a hostile situation where the investors kicked the old founder out and brought you in, or what?
Absolutely not, actually. So Zooppa was born in Venice inside this venture incubator called H-Farm, which right now gives birth to a lot of startups on a European level. And Zooppa actually was founded by the same founders of H-Farm.
Ricardo.
So exactly, from Ricardo. And so basically he then took care of that. He got some people to sort of managing the company and grow it from Italy and from the US. And then finally last year they decided to give me this opportunity.
So did you join as part of, well, first off, how much capital has the company raised?
About $8 million.
Okay, so did you join as part of a round, like the Series B, I think you guys did in April 2015, or when did you join?
Yeah, I joined right after that, basically.
Okay, got it. Were those two things tied together? You coming in as a CEO was tied to the funding amount, or?
Sort of, I would say. So there were plans, of course, to develop new revenue streams because Zooppa developed for many years as the contest platform for creatives.
Okay.
And right now we're really like pivoting, sort of developing, actually, I would say, evolving as the market is also requiring us to evolve into an open creative agency. So at the end of the day, really our goal right now is our vision is to sort of inspire the world through purposeful creativity. That's what I like to say. So we really believe that creativity should always be linked to a purpose, and that's why we work with clients to make sure that they achieve their purpose. And the way we enable them to do that is by giving them great creativity.
And how are you? So how are you incentivized to do this? So I imagine with a founding team that started in 2007, and you joined almost 8 years later, that's a lot of work. I mean, I imagine you don't have a huge chunk of equity. I'm sure you have some, but why do this instead of go start your own thing again?
That's a good point. Well, this was first of all, it's a great challenge, and I like challenges. Second, I think there's a huge potential in Zooppa right now. I feel there's a huge upside that can be catch. Of course, I have some stock option. I'm still sort of discussing to get more. Of course. Are you,
Alessandro? What do you got right now? I mean, less than 10%.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the other roles, by the way, is that equity unoperational or unactivated equity? In other words, are they not, the people that hold 90% of the equity, are they not active in the company anymore?
No, I mean, there are some that are, of course, the majority is in the hands of the investors right now, and the rest, some people that are either active on. So we're doing right now a new stock option plan, which I believe a lot in stock option and sharing equity and sharing the possibility of catching this upside with the company. So right now we're working to redistribute a big part of equity to all the new employees.
I still feel like I'm missing something, because if I had just sold my company to HarperCollins, the last thing I would do is go take less than 10% equity in a new business that's been around for almost a decade. I'd be feeling confident, and I'd go do my own thing.
No, I mean, definitely. I'm doing other things as well, but that's another story.
What? No.
I think I'm investing in a restaurant, so that's fun part of the business. But I honestly, the reason is because I really think so. I think right now there's a huge opportunity for Zooppa to grow and to really make it become a big business. Let's say in the 50, 100 million or more value. So I think there's a big upside to catch, and I'm passionate about this. When I started my own company, I was inspired by Zooppa itself, so I always had something inside for that. And I'm a big fan of H Farm and of the founders of H Farm, and so I've had the chance to work with them directly. And when they proposed me this opportunity, I was very happy to get it.
And give us a sense of size. So in 2016, if you add up all the dollar amounts of the proposals that went through your platform, what was the total transaction volume?
So I would say it was around 4 to 5 million.
Okay, so call it 4 million. And what does that run out to in terms of total number of projects?
Usually we run about 60 to 70 projects per year.
Okay, got it. So this isn't like a freelancer, right? This is like a very high touch, much higher revenue price point model.
That's correct, because we take care of the whole strategy of the campaign. So the way it works is that we have one person that is one person that we associate to each brand, or even more. It can be like a dedicated team, and they take care of everything for the brand itself. So it's a sort of these people, we call them content specialists, and they're halfway between like account managers and creative directors, and the other one that sort of solve all the headaches of the brands. And then they use our technology, which is the one that enables us to create content in those 3 different ways to activate those creatives from around the world, and finally produce the right content for the brand themselves.
And then drill down for us. So how do you guys make money from that $4 million in transaction volume?
We take a share of that.
What percent?
Usually it's about half and half between us and the creatives. Okay,
so it's an individual negotiation on every proposal that comes through?
Not always, but I would say a lot of times, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, give me a range there. Are you talking 1% or 10% or less or more, or what?
No. We usually, as I said, we usually keep 50% for ourselves and 50% goes to the
sorry. I missed that. You said 15% or 50%? 50%. Okay, so I can back into, you guys did about $2 million last year on 4 million transaction volume.
Pretty much.
What's your goal this year? What would make you really happy?
Well, I wish I could say double down, but we need more investment to that. So definitely, like any increase is good. What we're doing this year is that we're expanding the business so we just opened the New York office actually like a month ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's really exciting actually, and we are also expanding our business lines. So I think. If we're able to sort of expand into this new geographical area, so like sort of horizontal expansion and vertical expansion in terms of services we can provide to the brands, and while growing, of course, a little bit the business as well, but still investing most of what we get, I think that's exactly the direction I want to go.
So if there's a creative professional listening right now that just left their full-time job, can they go to Zooppa and sign up to be hired by you? And it sounds like last year you paid out about $2 million to individual creatives. Is that right?
Absolutely correct. Yes, they can, and they have to actually. I think it's a great opportunity because really what happens is that we have a network of, I mean, the overall number is 400,000, but that doesn't really matter. What really matters is the core of our top filmmakers, photographers, designers, and storytellers in general, that are a few thousand that we engage on a regular basis. So for them, it's a great opportunity to have a sort of an ongoing income from the project with Zooppa, and also be involved with big brands. So we work in the US, for example, with AT&T, with Microsoft, with a lot of Nestle, Unilever, like a lot of these big brands that would be really hard for, let's say, freelancers or small agencies, because we have a lot of, let's say, 5 to 10 people agencies in our network that we involve for different projects. So I think we're providing great value to them as well.
And where are you at right now in terms of team size?
We're about 25 people.
Okay. And so I'm imagining you guys are probably not cash flow positive yet.
Not far from that.
Pretty close?
Yeah.
Are you raising capital this year? It sounds like you're itching to get more capital to grow faster.
It's something we're evaluating right now. So it's we focus more on being able to sustain ourselves with on our own. I think that's definitely my goal for the year, and I think it's totally achievable, totally doable. Once we've proven that, and we're now trying these new models, I think then we might be looking for some additional capital to scale up even more into new geographical areas or new verticals, as I mentioned before.
And Alessandro, just rounding this out so people can kind of get in your brain more in terms of where you are in life. So how old are you today?
29.
Okay, take me back. When you sold your company to HarperCollins, how old were you?
I was 27 and a half.
Okay, so that was just a couple months ago.
No, 1 year and a half ago.
Okay, a year and a half ago. And that company, why'd you sell it?
Well, several reasons. So we're working on that for 3 years with my team. We started in Italy, and then we raised about $1 million. We went to San Francisco. We did the whole sort of path. And then the publishing industry was a really hard space to be in. So we realized that the best way for us to grow would have been together with a bigger group. So we started discussion with HarperCollins when we were in the US. We talked to them for about a year and something, and then we realized that it was better to sort of make the full transition so that they could expand that. So
what did you sell the company for?
I can tell you that.
Let me ask it so you can be more vague in your answer. Was it like a soft landing, or did this thing make you rich for life?
Yeah, no, definitely. It was more of a soft landing.
Got it. Did the investors at least get their money back?
Yeah, they were fine with that, but I can't tell you more.
All right, guys, I talked about this earlier, but I schedule like so many meetings that would blow your mind. I mean, all my podcast interviews, right? Hundreds of entrepreneurs I talk to monthly. I schedule, and you know what? I do it so efficiently. I get them all to agree to my calendar, so all the calls are back to back to back. That means I'm not switching in between tasks all day long. I get them to batch so that I can be very efficient. It's so critical. I use a tool called Acuity Scheduling to do this at nathanlatka.com/schedule. It eliminates the back and forth between me and people I'm trying to meet with. It makes it very simple. And most importantly, they help me keep my no-show rate very low because they send out reminders. Helps you look very professional. So go to nathanlatka.com/schedule to sign up. And you get a great deal. You know, you guys know this. I hit people hard. I make great deals. And Gavin, the CEO, has given us a great deal. If you sign up like normal people, okay, on their website, you only get a 14-day free trial. If you use my link, nathanlatka.com/schedule, you get 45 days free. Okay? It's the best. It's free. Go to nathanlatka.com/schedule right now to sign up, and I'll see you there. All right, Alessandro, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
I think From Zero to One.
Peter Thiel, good one. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
That's a good point. Well, honestly, there are a lot. But the one that I'm learning the most from is Ricardo from H-Farm, because I'm really close to him, and I think I can really learn so much with him and everything he's doing.
Number 3, what's your favorite online tool, like Acuity scheduling?
Slack, for sure.
Slack. Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
That really depends. I would say anywhere from 4 to 8.
Okay. What are you thinking on average?
6.
6, okay. And what's your current situation? Married, single, you have kids?
Totally single.
Okay, single, and you're 29, no kids, right?
Yep.
Okay, so last question. Take us back 8 years. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
That's a very good. That's a very good question. Well, that. Damn, this is a tough one.
This is easy compared to all these other questions I've asked you, all these numbers.
What my 21-year-old like? Because I knew already a lot of stuff when I was. No, I'm kidding. No, well, I mean, I think when I was 21, I was studying finance at the time, so I was really in another type of mindset. So I think I would have maybe studied engineering, because then I like a lot to get things done, you know. And one of the limits of being a business guy is that sometimes I have ideas and want to make things happen, but I cannot really do them myself. Which is, I mean, on the other side, I'm able to meet great people that can make those things happen with me. So it's still good. But I think at 21, some few years old, I would go back and maybe start learning some more hard skills.
There you guys have it from Alessandro. He wishes he would have maybe studied some hard skills like engineering earlier on. Again, launched his first company about 1.5 years ago when he was 27, sold it to HarperCollins for a soft landing amount, but a good amount. Everyone was happy. Now he's joined up with the Zooppa team, which is basically a creative marketplace. They're taking projects. They're helping find creatives. Could be you listening right now. Go sign up, and they're giving you work. They keep 50% of the deal size. The average deal size is about $40,000 in order value. They do anywhere between 70 and 80 projects per year. Last year processed $4 million in total project value. They kept about $2 million. That was their revenue. They've got a team of 25 folks. Just opened a new office in New York, and they have about $8 million in funding. Alessandro, thank you for taking us to the top.
Thank you very much.
If you enjoyed Alessandro today, go back and listen to Gotti yesterday. His company, TalkDesk, has passed 50,000 seats, $25 million raised to really be your more efficient call center.
It would mean the world to me if you guys got any value from this episode, if you would go leave a review on iTunes right now and then subscribe. You know, I hustle like heck to get these episodes out every freaking day for you guys. And trust me, I love it. I would do it with no listeners, but boy, oh boy, it makes my day and it makes my team's day when we see great reviews and get your feedback. So thanks so much.
Okay, Top Tribe, I love giving away free money. I feel like Oprah giving away cars, and I have something special for you today. How many of you have heard our super sharp guests talk about success they've had with Facebook and Google Ads? Well, all of you listening right now, yes, if you're listening, you get $100 in free AdWords. Here's how you get it, okay? Again, thanks for listening. Get the free $100 from Google, right, when you sign up with my website host provider, HostGator. Go sign up now to get your free money. HostGator.com/Nathan. Again, that's HostGator.com/Nathan.